Welcome to Watches and Wine. I'm Paul.
And I'm Michael.
And today we are...
I came with you and your kid.
Welcome to Watches and Wine. I'm Paul.
And I'm Michael.
And today we are ranking the current lineup of Rolexes 2023.
From worst
to our favorites.
Yes.
Stick around and find out.
And then a little like intro. We're waiting on production monies for that. It goes without saying, like, when we're saying worst to best, there's no like worst.
It's all based on opinion, and this is our take on
Yeah.
what our favorite and what our least favorite is.
But they're a great watchmaker with excellent heritage.
So there's a total of 13 in the current 2023 lineup, and coming in at number 13 is the Rolex Air King. It's just like the Explorer, but with extra numbers to me.
So my number 13 is gonna be a little bit jarring. It's the day date.
The day.
The day.
Okay.
My number 13.
Why?
I think the complication of the day on the top, to me, it's a little, and you can't really use this word with Rolex, but like if I was gonna say it, it's a little tacky.
Really?
In my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I just think
you're gonna get hate in the comments.
No, again, if you get
all two comments.
Be nice.
So number 12 for me would be the 1908.
Why?
Again, it's just kind of plain, not really quintessential Rolex. They're trying to do that really luxury look with the small second hands, but I feel like other watch brands do it a little better.
But I think you're right. I think Cartier, if you were going to go for that style, Cartier maybe does it better.
Cartier or JLC, Jaeger LeCoultre.
Okay, and I agree with you. This is actually my number 12.
Oh, we agree. It's a beautiful watch.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
It's just doesn't make the top for us.
Yeah.
It's not quintessential Rolex.
Right, yeah.
So number 11 for me is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual.
Okay.
The most basic Rolex to me. And I do like the little fun additive that they do with changing the colors. They have a lot of fun colors that go along with the Rolex OP. It's just, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. But are you really getting the fun colors in a Rolex? Like, I mean, maybe if you have a lot of money and you have several Rolexes, but let's say it's like your one or two Rolex, I don't think you're getting fun colors with bubbles and pops. I mean, I definitely see what you're saying, and that's why it's also my number 11.
I really thought we would disagree a lot more.
Well, we probably will as we get closer and closer to the top.
Okay. Number 10 for me is going to be the Rolex Deep Sea. It's just a pure dive watch made for just that purpose, just diving. It's a big, chunky watch that just doesn't. It's not for me. But I made the top 10 out of 13.
Okay, I get that.
I have the Deep Sea and the Sea Dweller as interchangeable for 9 and 10.
Number 10.
Okay.
And I agree with you. It's a very specific watch. It has a specific purpose. And the design style is similar to other like Submariner Rolex models. But number 9, I would put as the Yachtmaster.
Okay.
Also kind of in that same genre, the style is very similar to me.
Okay.
Except it has less of that deep sea, like, you need to get to like X depth.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the Yachtmaster, similar genre, but
Yeah.
for me, 9 was the Sea Dweller because it's even more in the genre of the Deep Sea. The Sea Dweller, the Deep Sea, and the Submariners are all three are dive watches.
Yeah.
With a similar look to them, and it's just a difference of the waterproof rating.
The Sea Dweller is sexy to me.
Okay.
What's your number 8?
So my number 8 is the Yachtmaster. I think it's a beautiful watch. They have a lovely women's line, and the new titanium that's out, I like it a lot. You put it on a rubber strap, it looks great, and it's perfect for sitting pretty. Sitting pretty.
Yeah.
The Yachtmaster 2 is probably, in my opinion, the worst Rolex that Rolex has ever put out. The Yachtmaster 2.
That's strong words.
But we're going based on just the pure classes, so that's why I made it all the way up to number 8.
Got it. Okay. My number 8 is the Submariner.
The Sub, okay.
Yeah. So again, it's in the same genre, but it's up higher because that's like the classic, like,
Yeah, I agree.
what you wear like day to day. You're not going deep sea diving
Yeah.
with that watch, I guess, but
The Sub is like the quintessential.
Yeah.
The Sub and Datejust are the two most quintessential Rolexes.
Rolex watches, yeah.
Speaking of Submariner, my Submariner is number 7. It fell one ahead of yours. I like the different colors and variations that they do with the Submariner, and it falls right in the middle for me of the Rolex lineup.
My number 7 is the Air King, actually.
Okay.
Why? Because I missed the Milgauss.
Okay.
And it most reminded me of the Milgauss, and I like that green, that like little green accent with the second hand. I thought it's nice. It's like a little nice like pop.
Yeah, I think I missed the Milgauss, and the Air King reminded me of a Milgauss, but it's not a Milgauss, so that's why I put up.
Punishing it.
Yeah, deserves to be punished.
You deserve to be punished. Next.
All right, number 6. I got the Datejust, the classic quintessential Rolex. I have them both together. The Sub and the Datejust are 6 and 7. Datejust is
so
just
right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Fluted, non-fluted, Roman numeral, baguette bezel. Doesn't matter.
You're like,
perfect.
Whatever you do,
Datejust, you can't go wrong.
You're not. No, that's not what you're saying. Like however you dress yourself up, you're not going any higher than number 7.
6.
And some
6 is pretty high.
On a bad day, you're at a 7. On a good day, you're at 6. But you're not going any higher.
But this is on a 13 scale, not on a 10 scale.
True.
So it's higher up on the scale.
So number 6. Okay.
What did you put? Number 6.
So number 6, and again, because we're in the middle, like murky waters, so it's like things can shift. I put the Sea Dweller.
Okay.
Because I clicked it, and I thought it looked really nice. Like something about it I really liked.
I mean, again, from they're all good looking watches.
Yeah.
And so this is just a matter of taste. And
yeah.
So number 5, I have the Explorer.
Okay.
I think it's just classic Explorer. It's been around for ages. It's beautiful. Either Explorer 1 or Explorer 2. They're both kind of classic, and they just fit the bill for me. For me, I would actually, the first Rolex I considered buying was Explorer 1.
Yeah, it's a solid number 5. I like the Explorer. My number 5 may come as a shocker to you, but was the GMT.
Okay.
I think it's a really pretty watch. I think it serves that function as like the dual zone, especially if you're a traveler. I think that's really nice. And I'm building a watch collection, and it's not going to be a huge watch collection, just a piece here and a piece there. I already have my Tudor Black Bay. It serves many purposes. So again, in that genre, I really like this watch, but that's why it falls to number 5 for me.
Okay. So number 4 for me coming in is the Day, just because I love the date on top. I love that extra complication. Mm-hmm. It's like Datejust on steroids. It's like for me, it's a fancier Datejust. They only come in precious metals as well, and so that adds to the fanciness. And so that's why Day top 5, number 4 for me. It made it in. Okay. And for me, I'd rather a Day than a Datejust. Not that I can afford a Day, but if I could, it'd be in there.
Number 4 is Daytona.
Okay.
Which is a beautiful watch, and I love it. But the hype is so high around it that usually the prices are astronomical. I think my top 3, I purposely included watches that I may at some point be able to afford.
Okay.
So that also took into account my top 3 ranking.
Okay. For me, my top 3 is based on the things I would love to have in my collection.
That you may never have?
That I may never have.
Okay.
But it's worth dreaming about.
One's a dreamer and one's a realist.
Yeah. So coming on number 3 for me is the Sky Dweller.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I tried it on. It's a beautiful watch. It fits well. Perfect for traveling. It is their most complicated watch. I tend to like complications in a watch.
Cool. My number 3 is the Explorer.
The Explorer?
Yeah.
I love to hear that. I didn't actually think the Explorer would have made it that high.
Really?
Yeah,
no.
It's a good surprise.
Yeah, I think if you think about Rolex, in my mind, the Explorer is one of the top watches as a watch enthusiast that is on your wrist.
Yeah.
And so it's simple. It doesn't, it's an understated elegance. It doesn't add too much flair. You can use it as an everyday watch.
Which is your favorite of the Explorers, if you were to pick?
So it's the Explorer 1.
That's Explorer 1.
Yeah, because the Explorer 1, it's the more simplistic, classy, classic.
Yeah, I love the Explorer 1. The Explorer 2, for me, I like the older generations. They look more classic to me.
Got it.
Number 2, Rolex Daytona for me. For me, it's like a chronograph Unfortunately, it is the most hyped watch and probably the hardest watch to get. Saw it in person on the oyster strap, which is the rubber strap. It looks beautiful. You can wear it casual, you can wear it dressy. It actually looks really good on any occasion.
My number 2 was my number 1 for such a long time, and a watch that has been on my list to possibly buy as my first Rolex.
Okay.
But something has bumped it out of the number 1 spot to number 2.
All right.
And so my number 2 is the Datejust.
The Datejust.
Yes.
Okay. I really thought that was going to make your number 1.
Yes, it's I had it for so long. It's a classic watch. I love the dress aspect, the fluted bezel. Yeah. I love the Jubilee bracelet. It's like when I think Rolex, I think of the Datejust.
I agree.
And I think of Datejust fluted bezel and Jubilee bracelet.
My number 1 is the Rolex GMT Master 2. I love it. It's the one I want. But if that's the only Rolex I could have, that would be it, because it's just quintessential for me. It defines the brand. It's been around for ages. People have been collectors of them for so long. And I love the variation, the root beer, the Pepsi. Back in the day, they had a Coke, the Sprite. They just have so many variations. They're fun. And you can dress them up and dress them down, whether you put a Jubilee on it or put it on an oyster. I think, for me, that it's number 1 for me. All right, your number 1.
My number 1 is the Sky Dweller.
Oh!
Yeah.
That was our Sky Dweller episode.
Yeah, so the Sky Dweller, for some reason, it really reminds me of something that I love, and that's James Bond, 007. And it's it was so elegant, but also has a mysterious quality. That little circle ring complication in off center. It's and then the color combination, the scheme. It comes with the fluted bezel. You can get it in a Jubilee bracelet.
It's a good pick.
It's chef's kiss. Yeah.
I mean, you technically picked the most complicated watch that Rolex makes, because Rolex, you really can't go wrong with Rolex. They do everything well.
No, yeah.
All their watches are well made.
Let us know what you guys think is your how you guys would rank it, because it would be interesting to see what everybody's number 1 through 13 would be.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's your personal preference. Wear the watch you love, wear it proudly, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
My second work day is done.